Let me tell you the one lie they've been whispering your whole life. The one that made you quiet down. The one that made you smaller. The one that made you apologize for the space you take up. They told you that you were too much. Dear heart, you are not too much. You are an ocean. And you have been trying to pour yourself into a teacup. Today, we are not just healing that lie. We are drowning it. We are going to understand why you learn to shrink, why your vastness scares small vessels, and how to finally, unapologetically, live as the ocean you were born to be. Now, let's be fair to ourselves. This shrinking, it didn't start as a flaw. It started as a strategy, a survival skill. For so many of us, we learned early that our bigness was inconvenient. Maybe you learned it as a child, when your big feelings were called a tantrum, your deep questions were called talking back, your loud joy was told to settle down. So you learned that love and safety came from being smaller, quieter, more contained. Maybe you learned it in friendships, when your passion for something was met with a blank stare, and you learned to talk about the weather instead. Or in a job where your big ideas were seen as a threat instead of a gift. So you learned that belonging came from being less. So you folded your waves into ripples, you tucked your tides into a neat little line. You learned to be a manageable pond because you were desperate to be held. But here's the sacred truth. You were never meant to be held. You were meant to hold ships. You were meant to house worlds. The mistake was not in your size, honey. The mistake was ever thinking you could fit. So when you finally let a wave slip out, when you show a little of your depth, why does the teacup tremble? Why do they call you too much or too intense? Listen to me. It is almost never about you. It's about their own fear. They have three. First is the fear of drowning. Your depth reminds them of how shallow they've been living. Your big emotions and deep thoughts feel like a tidal wave to someone who is only comfortable wading in the ankle deep. They don't want to swim, so they blame the water. Second is the fear of the mirror. Your vastness is a mirror to their own limitations. Your bright, shining, sunlit surface shows them all the parts of themselves they've kept in the dark. Your freedom reminds them of their own cage, and that reflection is terrifying for them. And third is the fear of the tide. An ocean cannot be controlled. You have moods, cycles, and a wildness that answers only to the moon. A teacup can be picked up, put down, and told where to sit. Your untamable nature is a threat to their need for control. So hear me. Their "you're too much" is a confession. It's a confession that they are not enough, not strong enough, not deep enough, not brave enough to meet you where you are. And that is their work to do, not yours. So from this day forward, we are throwing out the old question. We will no longer ask, "Am I too much?" The question that will give you all your power back is this. What is their capacity? Can this teacup of a person hold my grief today? Does this teacup of a job have the capacity for my ambition? Does this teacup of a friendship have the capacity for my truth? This question changes everything. It takes the judgment off of you and places the focus on a simple, neutral assessment of reality. Some vessels can hold a gallon. Some can only hold a sip. And that's okay. But you, my love, must stop trying to get a sip-sized person to swallow the sea. So how do you live this? You make 3 sacred vows to yourself. This is how you honor the ocean within. First, you take the vow of depth. You promise to stop skimming your own surface to make others comfortable. Feel your feelings all the way down. Think your thoughts to their conclusion. Speak your truth from the core. Your depth is where your wisdom lives. Do not abandon it. Second, you take the vow of tides. You honor your natural rhythm. Some days you will be a high tide of creativity, energy, and social connection. Other days you will be a low tide of quiet, rest, and reflection. You release the need to be a constant roaring wave. Your stillness is just as powerful as your storm. And third, you take the vow of salt. You accept that your very nature is purifying. Salt preserves what is good and cleanses what is not. You will naturally repel what is not meant for you. Your only job is to be. You don't have to chase or force or convince. And now, to seal these vows into your soul, to make them a part of your bones, we will speak them into being. So, find a quiet place in your spirit. Take a deep breath in with me and let it go. Let these words wash over you. If you feel called, say them aloud with me. Let this be your new truth, your declaration. I am not too much. I am an ocean. I will no longer shrink to fit in a teacup. I will ask, what is their capacity? Instead of, am I too much? My fullness is a gift, not a burden. I release the need to be understood by those who prefer ponds. My only job is to be the ocean. Take it from your favorite aunt. Just be the ocean. The right ships will find your shore. My beautiful, boundless ocean. Stop apologizing for your waves. Stop shrinking for people who refuse to learn how to swim. The world is thirsty for what you are. There are deserts that are praying for your rain. There are sailors who need your stars to find their way home. Your only job is to be full, to be deep, to be free. Let them have their teacups. You, baby, are the sea. Your vastness is not a burden. It's a destination. Peace and blessings.